Welcome, guys, to a brand new show called Around the SBF. Let us know after the video if you guys like it. This is something new. We want to keep it going, but only if you guys like it. So here we go. So, on this show, hot takes are going to hit the screen, and then Kenny and myself, or whoever dares challenge me for the day, will give our hot takes. We have 30 seconds to each make a point, and we got to live with it. I mean, 30 seconds is not a lot of time, so there could be some pretty sloppy hot takes. And here we go, broken or not. University of Miami, the Hurricanes, they got that 6'11 point guard. I'm going to go ahead and say not broken, because the way the defense is played in 2K22, I feel like people are going to be able to guard him well. When he gets to the paint, we got a lot of 7-foot big men that are going to stuff his stuff, and he can't shoot. So I'm going to go ahead and say not broken, but I could have to eat those words very soon.
If this 6'11 or if this 6'9 guard
11.
has
6'11.
6'11 guard has a guard skill set and the height of a 6'11 big man, he is going to bully smaller defenders while having the ability to be a mismatch on big men. I absolutely think this is going to be broken. 100% on that.
And you're dumb.
What?
Who wins? Gonzaga or Mississippi State? I'm going to go ahead and go with the Zags here. This is really tough because the Zags, they're like my favorite team to watch, but for some reason, they can't pull it out late in games. I don't know if I want to blame the Bean Curse or if I want to blame Ray Cortez, the star player. Either way, these guys have a fun team to watch, and I think they're going to win this game.
All right. I think the exact same about how Gonzaga is very fun. And you made a very good point about them not being able to finish late. And homer pick, bias pick, Kenneth Dwayne is my player. But I think the duo of Kenneth Dwayne and Dime Hardaway is lethal, especially when they're ooping to each other. And they have Kate Flynn down low, who's absolutely destroying it on the boards and defensively. I think Mississippi State comes out on top.
Who's the leader of MTSU? This is a good question. This is going to lead to a lot of debate. I'm going to go Cedric Collinsworth. Cedric Collinsworth has absolutely been dominating the paint. He went toe-to-toe with probably the best center in the league, Josh Robinson. And I think you can make cases for both those players winning that matchup. I think Collinsworth leads by example, and especially the defensive play that he provides motivates everybody offensively.
Well, you could say that the leader right now is Yannick Rose, calling for the ball as much as he does, the scoring, what's needed of him on defense. But when you have a team filled with studs, 5 studs on one team, you need it to be the point guard. Otis Bush has to be the one to step up here and become the leader for MTSU, in my opinion.
So your answer is Yannick, but needs to be Otis.
Yep.
Love or hate the Bean Shep podcast? Love. There's no other answer. Bean Shep is working his little fanny off to give people content. And I feel like I have to say this. No shot at Bean here, but in no way is the Bean Shep podcast actually affiliated with the SBF. I feel like I have to say that because eventually something might get said that I don't want to come back on the SBF.
Yep, not affiliated with the SBF whatsoever. However, it is wildly entertaining. There are some absolute gem moments, and if you enjoy Bean Shep in any capacity, you will absolutely love this podcast because it is the antithesis, a microcosm of what Bean Shep is. And I think him getting out all of this content to us in a timely fashion has been great for the offseason.
Draft evaluation. All right, who's the best pick in the SBF draft this season? No other answer for myself other than Ricky Cross. The Ballers got an absolute steal picking up one of the MVP frontrunners from last NCAA season late in the first round. Ricky Cross is going to come in, play right next to Ed Payne, offer a stretch 4 feel, dominate the paint like they did last season, and he could very well help the Ballers get right back to the championship.
All right. I have to absolutely go with the Cinderella story leader, Vern Beard, falling out of the top 5. I don't think anyone thought he was a top 5 talent, but he went number 8. And I thought that his draft stock shot up with what he did for the Ohio Bobcats, propelling them and winning all of their underdog matchups to go to the finals game. And he still only went number 8.
All right, who's better? Who's going to have the better expansion team come this season? Man, all of these teams are like they're doing some good work. The Guardians are starting out with probably the best roster because they were a team last season and the GM is inheriting them. The Venom and the Warriors, they're putting in work in free agency and they're bringing in a good team. But I don't think there's any answer other than the Vegas Dragons, who've already managed to land 3 user players who will end up being 90 overalls by the time the season's over.
Yeah, one of those user players is my user player, and I have supreme confidence in him to be much better than where he was drafted and how he performed in college.
He was hot trash.
So he's better now though. Anyway, he's got Steve Carter next to him down low. You got 2 established big men. Established big men have been really important to doing well in the playoffs. So I absolutely could see Vegas Dragons making some noise in their first year, but all of these teams are going to be interesting.
That's a good point because big men have been dominating the SBF playoffs. Let's talk about the Rattlesnakes. They're not getting off-season love. These are your SBF champions from last season. They earned the right to call themselves that, and nobody's talking about them. Redrock Rattlesnakes quietly had an amazing offseason. They went out and they added Carson Conley to give them a little more scoring off their bench and drafted Jack Boulder and kept all their important pieces. Let me add as well, they added a stretch shooter in Jason Kim. I think the Rattlesnakes could be better than they were last season and back in the finals.
Yeah, this team absolutely has repeat potential, but what I'm most confident about is the moves that their GM has made to steadily improve their team since they came into the league as an expansion team, starting with that amazing move to get Travis Price originally. And they have been nonstop improving since then, so it's really hard to doubt them.
Yeah, these guys have been absolute animals since day one. We're going to do hot takes around the league. Any kind of take that you have, go ahead and just throw it out so that I can hold you accountable later. My first hot take. The Hoop Stars. Everybody's picking them to be one of the best teams in the league. My hot take is they don't place better than middle of the pack. That's my hot take. I think they have a lot of conflicting styles. Michael Self is a beast, but I don't think they place any better than middle of the pack.
Yeah, I gotta go with my hot take is we're going to end up with 2 new teams in the finals. And I think that's going to be the hottest of hot takes because you have 2 amazing teams in the Ballers and the Rattlesnakes who made it last year. But this league is just so top heavy, and I feel like there have been so many improvements with user players going to some of these top teams that it's going to be inevitable that we see a new matchup in the finals.
Absolutely. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know. We want to keep doing it. We had fun doing it. But let us know if you liked it so we have that motivation. Thanks, guys. Catch you guys later.
Later.